7th SAT English and Writing question. Before reading the text, I highly recommend you to pause the video and read the text on your own. Let's start. The most recent iteration of the immersive theater experience Sleep No More, which premiered in New York City in 2011, transforms its performance space, a five-star warehouse, into a 1930s era hotel. Audience members who wander through the labyrinthine venue at their own pace and follow the actors as they play out simultaneous, interweaving narrative loops confront the impossibility of experiencing the production in its entirety. The play's refusal of narrative coherence thus hints on the sense of spatial fragmentation that the venue's immense and intricate layout generates. So in the text, it said, there is Sleep No More theatrical film. Uh, Unlike other theaters, it was performed in unusual place. In the place in which uh, actors and actors all actors play their role, and simultaneously the viewers, spectators also watch the performance. So the iteration means the state of multiple process or stages. And the most recent stage of the Sleep No More transforms its performance space means stage, into 1930s era hotel. Audience members they walk through the labyrinth at their own pace and follow the actors as they play out simultaneous. So while actors were playing their roles, and the audience members were also walking with the actors simultaneously, and they were feeling the same surrounding atmosphere, the environment, everything is the same, and just like the actors were playing roles. They also faced the impossibility of experiencing the production in its entirety. To explain this part, I want to give an example for your. So let's say if we watch a movie or cartoon on TV, we can figure out and analyze what's going on the whole process because we look at a single screen. However, when it comes to Sleep No More, audience members were uh, watching and walking in the inside the inside the performance. So it might seems to me that some of the audience members, might focus on heroes. Some of them might focus on villains, or others might focus on, let's say, surroundings or environments. As a result, they cannot get the whole process. So I think this part is not so important, but I wanna highlight some words like interweaving narrative loops, um, wander through the labyrinthine, confront the impossibility of experiencing the production in its entirety. So, let's read the question at first. What does the text most strongly suggest about Sleep No More's use of its performance? Strongly suggest. So, one of the options must be related to Sleep No More in terms of performance space. Not the location, uh, something related to performance space. Performance space means stage, the place in which actors play their roles. Let's read option A. The choice of a New York City venue likely enabled the play's creators to experiment with the use of theatrical space in a way that venues from earlier productions could not. The problem with option A is that they compare the present and past situations. However, when it comes to the text, there's nothing about comparison between the present and previous states. So therefore I want to eliminate option A. Option B, audience members likely find the experience of the play disappointing because they generally cannot make their way through the entire venue. There, this is also false answer. Let me explain why. It's true that the audience members could not make their way through the entire venue. As it was said, they faced the impossibility of experiencing the production in its entirety. However, it doesn't mean they find it disappointing. So, therefore, I want to eliminate the option B. The production's dependence on a particular performance environment would likely make it difficult to reproduce exactly in a different theatrical space. I think this is true, and it exactly matches and focus on performance space. And some factors related to particular performance environment. Performance environment means performance space. The production's dependence, the hinge on a particular performance space environment makes it difficult to do exactly the same thing in a different place. Therefore, I want to choose it. But let's read the rest of the options. Audience members who navigate the space according to recommended itinerary will likely have a better grasp of the play's narrative than audience members who depart from the itinerary. Actually, there is nothing about members who depart from the itinerary. This is the first problem. Second problem is that there is no comparison between those who continue itinerary and those who depart from the itinerary. Therefore, I want to eliminate this option. So, option C is correct, I think. Yes, we found the answer.